Great morning. My name is Tia Coatley, and I'm a board member and proud supporter of 7 County Services in Bellewood and Brooklawn. I'm so happy to be with you this morning for this year's breakfast. This annual event helps us make new friends and raise critical funds to support the youth who receive love and care at Bellewood and Brooklawn. While I wish we were together at our Bellewood and Brooklawn campus this morning, it's still wonderful that we can be together virtually to hear about the impact that Bellewood and Brooklawn is making in our communities. Now, let me be the first to thank you for your time this morning. I know it's early. I'm still wiping sleep out of my eyes. We know you're here because you care about the kids and giving them the future they deserve. So thank you so much for that. Throughout our program, you're going to hear from several Bellewood and Brooklawn supporters and an incredible young man and his loving adoptive mother, and about how Bellewood and Brooklawn has made a difference in their lives. Later in our program, each of you will have an opportunity to join us in support of Bellewood and Brooklawn's life-changing work for kids and families. Right now, you're going to hear from a very special supporter of our mission, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, about the need for Bellewood and Brooklawn and what our children's futures mean for the Commonwealth.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to join you virtually for such an important event as we work together to protect Kentucky's children. As a dad and as your governor, I'm deeply moved by the impact Bellewood and Brooklawn has in the Commonwealth. For 170 years, this organization has healed the hearts and the minds of Kentucky's most vulnerable youth and their families. The organization fulfills a critical need in the Commonwealth, caring for our state's children who have been abused, neglected, and abandoned. Many of you may have seen a very discouraging report earlier this year that Kentucky, for the third year in a row, has the highest rate of child abuse in the nation. This ranking is unacceptable. This reality is unacceptable. Simply put, we as Kentuckians must do more. We need to take action by standing up for the children of our state who need us the most. Bellewood and Brooklawn is the organization that often steps in when our kids need help by caring for them, offering love, support, and nourishment. Here, our children can heal their wounds, build confidence, and have the support they need to ensure a bright future for themselves in the years ahead. Kentucky's kids need our compassion and our support. Each one of us has the role to play in ending child abuse in our state. And as your governor, I'm committed to serving the lost, the lonely, and the left behind, and working towards that goal of ending child abuse every day so that we can build a better Kentucky for everyone. By supporting Bellewood and Brooklawn, each of you will help us reach that goal too. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Abby Drain, President and CEO of 7 County Services and Bellewood and Brooklawn. For our regular guest of this event, we welcome you back. For those of you that are new this year, thank you for being here. Together, we're all part of a special group of folks who are passionate about helping kids, especially those we care for here at Bellewood and Brooklawn. We are so thankful for Governor Beshear's support and appreciate the time he took to share his important message with us today. Protecting children and ensuring opportunities for them is not a partisan issue because children will determine the future of our great state. Kids are truly our most precious resource, and we hold the keys to help giving them the future they deserve. I want to take this moment and recognize our board members who are tireless advocates for the work we do. Each of them has given so much of their time, energy, and effort to this organization, as well as the children of Kentucky. Additionally, we have a few sponsors that made today possible. Thanking you, our premier sponsor is Aetna, along with Zappos and Commonwealth Bank and Trust. Thank you to these wonderful corporate sponsors.
At Bellewood and Brooklawn, and through our partnership with 7 County Services, we fight every day to give kids and their families a better and brighter future. Every year, Bellewood and Brooklawn touches the lives of around 1,000 kids in our state in some kind of way. From our youth care workers, therapists, and foster care coordinators, to our volunteers and donors, Bellewood and Brooklawn helps these children heal their emotional wounds and get on a successful path in life. Let's take a moment to hear more about the work of Bellewood and Brooklawn.
The first time he called me mom was amazing. Yeah, it means a lot. Some that I can't really describe when I hear mom.
I've never had someone that was actually a parental figure in my life.
Devin was removed from his bio parents at the age of 5. I know that there was some drug abuse and some other abuse. He was then placed in a foster/adoptive home that, come to find out, abuse continued. And he was removed between the ages of 11 and 12. He was placed into a facility that it wasn't a good facility. It wasn't good for Devin. He was finally then, through his workers and different ones that fought for him, placed at Brooklawn, where, from my understanding, from the ones that's been with him day one, he just flourished.
When I first got there, I thought it was just going to be another placement. I didn't know it was going to be what it was. I thought it was going to be more restricted, kind of like everywhere else I'd been. They make it feel like home, basically. There's a lot of people there that will sit down and talk to you. If you're having an issue, you can go talk to somebody. It's like there's no reason to be afraid to talk to any of them.
Kids come here pretty broken and pretty scared. And I think the work we do is to help them build trust back in the adults that need to care for them.
When people ask what it is we do, I think the first thing to note is that we really work to heal the hearts and minds of the most vulnerable kids in our communities.
Well, I will tell you, I spent 5.5 years at the state, and as I said, I stepped in as deputy commissioner and then actually was asked to serve, in full capacity as the commissioner, and have responsibility for that agency. And that really immersed me even further in learning just about the service provision of organizations like Bellewood, Brooklawn. And, without organizations like this, I really, again, don't know how children truly recover. Again, sometimes you just need that level of care and support that Brooklawn Bellewood provides.
Bellewood and Brooklawn do, in my opinion, they have an unprecedented model of changing that with care, with compassion, with love, with teaching, but also with the proper therapy for that individual child so they can learn self-worth and their strengths and use them to better their lives. And I will say they can do great things.
Bellewood and Brooklawn make such a positive impact in this community through the service they provide to the children. These children have done nothing wrong. These things that they've struggled with have been imposed upon them. It could have been any one of us that could be dealing with some of the struggles that they have. And so for those of us in a position to help, I believe we have a moral obligation to help to the extent that we can, but then also, as we're able to improve these children's lives, we're not only improving their lives, but the lives of people for generations to come.
When you choose to give to the children at Bellewood and Brooklawn, I want you to think about those things you do for your children or things that were done for you. The things that brought you love and hope for the future. It wasn't maybe the food you ate every day that your mom fixed, or the bed that got made, or your teeth getting brushed, or your hair getting curled. It was those special times, like working out in the yard with your parents, or getting that bike that was special for you, or going to a special event out in your community. Those are the things that made a difference in your life. And those are the things that are going to take a child that's been broken and bring some happiness, some light, some knowledge that there is more to life.
He is just an amazing young man. His future is very bright. Due to his trauma in his past, it'll take him a little bit longer. But that's okay. That's okay. That's why we're there. And he's got us, and he's got a village.
I feel like I have someone that cares about me, someone I can go to when I need help with something, someone that's just always there. They're my family.
I'm so excited that Devin and his mom, Michelle, are in the building with us today. Now they're going to share with you their personal story.
Hi, I'm Devin. My time at Brooklawn is better than many of my other placements because you have very supportive staff. Not only that, you're able to be a normal kid. You're able to do normal kid things, go outside and play, watch TV, interact with other kids. Just be a normal kid, which every kid should be. There's one staff in particular that stood out. Her name is Miss Tracy. That's when I was in a cottage up there. She pulled me aside one day and told me that I had the opportunity to be anything that I wanted to be if I put my mind to it. That touched my heart in a special way because that goes to show that staff care about the kids. Most placements aren't like that. The horticulture program was another thing that I was involved in, like being outdoors and working with Miss Ellen. She was a great person, learned a lot from her.
I'm Michelle, Devin's mom. But Bellewood and Brooklawn for us was great. Meeting Devin and finding out about what they actually do there, and learning that there was a lot of misconceptions, and it was great for Devin, and he really grew there. He becomes such a, he was an innocent boy and become such an amazing young man. And I don't know, without the services there and the staff and the ones that, really helped him along, if he would be where he is now. And so many children need that tender and just, they need the caring environment of Bellewood and Brooklawn. Everything from them, from the foster to the adoption, went smoothly. We've done virtually nothing. We signed up. We filled a need and signed up, and now we have a wonderful son that I never thought I'd have. And so it's a pretty amazing place.
Devin and Michelle, I just want to tell you how grateful I am that you're here today. Devin, we spent a lot of time together at Bellewood and Brooklawn, especially watching you out in the garden with Miss Ellen and helping her with her task. And you were my farmer boy. I wanted to take you home, Devin. I'm so grateful, Michelle, that you did take Devin home. There's so many kids at Bellewood and Brooklawn that deserve what Devin has. The kind of work that we do, they say, if you can change one life, you've made it. Devin, you changed my life. I didn't do much to change yours, but you changed me. You gave me hope for all the kids that we take care of at Bellewood and Brooklawn. Thank you, and thank you for being his mom.
I love it.
Devin embodies the loving spirit of so many of the kids who come into our care. Most of these kids come to us through no fault of their own. Life has not been fair to them. They feel hopeless, and they want so badly to find someone they can trust. What they need is a fresh start, a second chance, and we're honored to help them along that journey. At Bellewood and Brooklawn, we fight for them each and every day. Many of our longtime supporters know the story so well. There aren't enough funds to cover the full cost of care for those we serve. This was an especially tough year because of the pandemic. There were increased expenses for additional staffing, cleaning needs, and so on. This was not something that we had to plan for, and we had to adapt quickly to an ever-changing environment. We did the same thing that many parents have to do and had to do this year when they run short of the money. We found a way to make up the difference. This is where you come in. Like our own children, the kids at Bellewood and Brooklawn have birthdays, art and music lessons. They need haircuts. We have chaplain services. They go to the movies and make trips to their favorite restaurants when they have good grades. Without you, these kids wouldn't have all the things that truly make for a great childhood. It takes individuals like you to help fill in the gaps, to help the children thrive and be successful in life, to give them a solid footing. I'd like to introduce you to one of my favorite friends and colleagues, Keith Inman, president of COSARE Charities. COSARES has been a longtime partner in our work, and we really appreciate their support.
Abby, it's just magical. You know, I was doing okay. I was doing okay, and you just touched my heart. And that's what we're here for. We're here to make some magic, and that was magical. You know, Bellewood and Brooklawn and COSARE Charities, we have the same mission. Our jobs are to help kids overcome some significant obstacles and reach their full potential. You know, children, kids are our future. You know, they're our future leaders, they're our neighbors, our caregivers, they're the doctors, the lawyers. You know, they're what's going to make Kentucky great. But we're going to make some magic. They need you to believe in them. They need us to believe in them. You know, at the end of the day, it's adults' responsibility to make sure that kids grow up happy, healthy, and safe. Not just your kids, but all kids. We have to come together. So I'm going to ask you all to partner with us. I'm going to ask you all today to help us help these wonderful kids at Bellewood and Brooklawn who, at no fault of their own, ended up in this system. And this is a place, this is a magical place that really helps kids thrive. So I'm going to ask each of you today, everyone that's watching, to think about what we just saw, the magic that we just saw, how two people impacted each other's lives. And make a donation today. And we need you to do that. Now, some have already done it, but we're going to make it as easy as possible. On your screen, there's a donate button. If you can see it, raise your hand. No. Now, it's at the top. So hit that and follow the instructions. If you'd rather make a donation by check, the address is on the lower part of the screen. So again, that's the address. Fill out the check and send it. But we also want to see who's joining us today. And you know, we've been going just a few minutes now, and we've already started at about $25,000. But we have more to go because these kids, you know, as Abby said, you know, there's life experiences they need. You know, there's things that they need, and this year's been horrible for all of us. But Bellewood and Brooklawn needs the cash to grow and thrive itself. So, Abby, let's have some fun. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, help us give kids a chance here. We've got already some great donations in here. I want to thank Brian Mallory. And Spencer and Linda B. We've also got Molly Smith, who's made a donation, and Bud Walther. Just a most recent donation, Eric is the table host here, and Kevin Mallett made a donation of $100.
Well, I've got a couple here that have just come in, you know, on my phone here, and thank God for technology, right? Carl Thomas, $1,000. Carl, you're a good man. Thank you so much. And Tim Corey and Porcini's Children's Fund, $5,000.
Oh my God.
Tim, you're a hero. You come through every year. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Doug and Lisa Butcher, thank you so much for supporting the kids and the work that we do at Bellewood and Brooklawn. You know, we're also doing some work with 7 County Services. We're paired up alongside that to prevent kids like Devin from ever coming into care. We want to do that work out in the community. So thank you for Altman Insurance Services. We love you. Thank you so much for supporting us with our insurance and with your gift.
You know, Abby, that's a great family. You know, Billy Altman is just a wonderful, wonderful man. His father was a mentor of mine and just a great man who recently passed away. We miss Sonny every day, but that's a great family.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And, you know, I've got one here, Brown Foreman, you know, and we all know Brown Foreman, $1,500. You know, thank you so much. I mean, that's just outstanding, you know.
Marta Miranda Straub, our own commissioner, thank you so much for supporting us every day in the work that you do to make Kentucky better for kids and for supporting Bellewood and Brooklawn.
Guess what I got?
Uh-oh.
Some board members have joined the building. Okay, we got Darlene Benzick. Thank you so much. Jennifer Ballard, thank you, darling. David Miller, Mike Abadi, Russ Bird. I just love you all so much. And Bruce Ferguson, did you come through with $10,000?
Bruce,
woo!
You know,
Yes.
what a great guy. You know, I've known Bruce a long time, and he you know, he's just there. I mean, he's there.
Completely.
What a great deal. You know, I want to give you some food for thought while we're going through here, and interrupt me. Is the money still coming?
It's still coming.
But I want to I want to give you some food for thought, and as you're thinking about your gifts. So, you know, $3,500. If you have the wherewithal to make a $3,500 donation, you know, that pays for those special events in a child's life and a kid's life. You know, like pizza outings, ice cream, you know, gatherings, but the stuff, you know, but $3,500 will take care of that for 1 month. Imagine what $35,000 would do. Imagine what $25,000 would do in those special times in a kid's lives. And we just heard that Bellewood and Brooklawn touches 1,000 kids a year. So we need to make that fund grow.
And
Now,
those kind of donations, Keith, 25 and 35,000, or what keep our horticulture program going, that gave Devin a reason to keep on and succeed in life. And probably 25,000 keeps our chaplain on campus and keeps the kids connected with their faith heritage.
You know, you really can't put a price on it. But you know, and I think I heard that Devin would like to make sure that we can buy a tractor.
A tractor.
A
John Deere.
A John
It's gotta
Deere.
be a John
Okay,
Deere.
not
We'll
just
take whatever.
Yeah, John Deere. Okay. So again, $25,000 would go a long way to buying that tractor for
Right,
Devin.
it would.
Right now, $1,000. Now, $1,000, you know, provides you know, critical counseling for 3 months for one child. So if I use my Elizabethtown High School math, $5,000 would take care of you know, a year, and you could really make a difference in a kid's life. So again, if you know, think about if you want to take care of a kid, one child for a year, you know, about 5,000, 4,000, 5,000. Couple of kids, 10,000, 3 or 4 kids. Again, let's think big. Let's think big.
And I've got a board full of people here that have been donating that I want to mention. A big thank you to Kate Hendon, Jacqueline Craig, she actually works for us. Martha Mather, thank you, over at OLAP. And Chad Abbott, our United Church of Christ partner and a good friend of mine through the United Church of Christ. Mike Redinger, he's the president of our Chisholm Council on Health and Human Services Ministries. I'm the board chair of that group. So it's a national group of the United Church of Christ. We have lots of faith partners. Doug and Lisa Butcher, thank you. George Graham, thank you so much. And Nancy Weber Grove. Keep them coming in. We really appreciate this support that the kids are getting.
Well, you know, we're approaching $40,000, and that's great. That's just outstanding. But some more food for thought. You know, $500 provides 1 month of job tours, transportation, and much more for, you know, the Youth and the Life Skills Program. And again, that's just one child. You know, what would 5,000 do? I think that would be more than one child, right? Yeah. So again, I think that I want you to think big, and I want you to think of the impact that you can have on a child's life. And the neat thing is, we're going to make a difference in people's lives that we'll never meet. Just think about the power that you have, to do this. Now, $250, you know, provides supplies for 1 month in the horticulture program, which you spoke about. And, you know, having kids connected to a food source is so important in their future.
right.
Having kids understand where food comes from is so important. So, I applaud you for having that program. That's just outstanding. And I'm a frustrated cook. My oldest son's a chef. So, we're into food. This is so important. This is so important. Now,
Who just got up on the board there? David Graves, who was the president and CEO of Brooklawn for years, and a great friend of mine and a mentor. Thank you for your love and support, David.
what a special guy. What a
Pam
special
Greenwell,
guy.
thank you for donating. There are lots of names up here that I'm thankful for. Natalie Kelly, she works for us also. So even our own staff are coming in and supporting the work that we do. Michael and Susan Jones, thank you so much.
And it's so important when your staff gets behind you and reaches into their pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just that again gets you where you live.
Yeah.
It gets you where you live. Now again, not for those food for thought, $50, a gift of $50. Provide school supplies, the dreaded school supplies that we all love to go out and buy for a child. So, what would $5,000 do? If $50 takes care of one child, let's think big. Let's think big because you know what? The kids that are at Bellewood and Brooklawn, they don't want to be there. No. As Devin's mom, Michelle, said, he was innocent. He's just a victim. So let's think big and let's think how we can help these kids thrive. So again, whatever you do today is going to be greatly, greatly appreciated. And I don't, Tia, you ready to cry?
I am.
You
And
ready
you know
to
what?
cry?
But before you make me cry, let me
I'm gonna
talk
make you cry.
about. I know because I feel it. I feel it coming.
Just get ready.
I feel it all in my spirit. Now, Lee and Vic Baltzell just gave us $2,500.
Oh.
Thank you so much. You're talking about that what $50 can do? Yeah. Well, multiply that by 50. There's 50 kids that's going to get $50 worth of stuff.
Can I take my shoes off?
Please and thank you.
Okay,
Just-
it's got to count. Right? I'm not sure I'm not sure I'm reading this right, and I know it's early. It's 8:27, and some of y'all have been out of bed for 27 minutes. But anyway, I've just got to notice that there's $100,000 anonymous gift. $100,000, and this donor is making this gift in honor of his father, and Darlene Benzick. $100,000.
Darlene
gosh.
used to live at Bellewood. Darlene was raised at Bellewood with her sister. And thank you for that gift in honor of Darlene and your father. That couldn't be any more higher recognition than to say that this kind of work, kids can become the greatest in life through this kind of work. And that's Darlene.
That's an outstanding gift. That's an outstanding gift. But, I know that Darlene has a story.
Yeah.
And so many kids have stories. And somebody thinks enough of that story to make a difference in all these children's lives. That's just amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. I mean, wow, you all. Thank you so much to everyone that's given and making a pledge right now. I'm a true witness to the impact that this type of love can make in a child's life at Bellewood and Brooklawn. I've been on campus. I've seen the joy in those kids' face and the genuine love and care that the staff have. So this is absolutely amazing. I would dance, but these heels just won't let me do all that right now. So
I think you should.
I'm a little bit close. I'm
Okay.
sliding off my chair right now, but I'm gonna keep it cool. Now listen, if you can't give today, you certainly can later. This webpage will remain open to the end of the month, and so keep the donations coming, okay? We're gonna also send a link to today's presentation to each of you to share with your friends and family so they can join in on the fun too.
I want to name some more names up here.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
we've
more
got
coming in.
Scott Hedges, another one of our executives and works for us. Reverend Donald Kaufman, thanks again, one of our Faith Heritage partners here in the work that we do. with the faith heritage of both Bellewood and Brooklawn, and building on the faith that the kids come with. That's a very important part to us. Rob and Lori Davenport. Dawn Lee, thank you, Dawn. I was mentioning you yesterday. I said if Dawn were here, we might do a better job up here on the screen, but thank you, Dawn.
She's one of our closest friends. I mean, Dawn was in our wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, and she
Oh
does
my
such
God.
a great job. She does such a great job for the crusade. I
Absolutely.
mean, Dawn would love you.
Yeah. And Jeff Ashley, thank you,
man.
Jeff. You've worked with us for a long time and helped me personally in my executive career. Thank you for supporting us also financially. I know you know that we do wonderful stuff and take care of these kids. Marcus Winkler, thank you so much. Reverend and Darlene Schultz, I can't go without thanking them. Again, they've been around the Brooklawn side of the house for many, many years. And Darlene's also part of our women that come in and that come in every month and work with the kids and make cards for them and make Easter eggs, and the auxiliary, women's auxiliary. It used to be just United Church of Christ. Now we got the Presbyterians coming in. We'll accept any faith in there on that auxiliary, but they come in every month faithfully and do work for the kids, make sure they have birthday cards, make sure that the Easter eggs are ready to put out on the 2 campuses for the kids to hunt, help with Christmas and Valentine's. They make sure all the kids have Valentine's and enough to open. So thank you for all that work. There's a lot of great work going on. And Missy just received a donation from Marcus Winkler. We mentioned him, but that was on Missy's table. On here, Nancy Taffel.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nancy. I haven't seen you in a while because of COVID, but thank you. You're a great supporter.
Well, and I just saw Jeff Ashley's name come across, and of course you mentioned Jeff. What a, again, good. He's helped a lot of nonprofits, and and Jeff, thank you for what you do for the community, but thank you for what you did today.
Wow was right on that donation. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone. I want to make sure again to thank Devin and Michelle for being willing to share your story with everyone and for inspiring us. Thank you to Tia and Keith for joining me on our virtual stage to help facilitate our program. I love working with each of you. You always bring the energy and excitement. I'm sorry I bring the tears along every once in a while, but this stuff it's in my heart. I walk it every day along with our staff. Along with our guests, I'd also like to offer a special thank you to all our event hosts. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Your commitment to Bellewood and Brooklawn and your willingness to share our story and mission out to our friends, family, and colleagues are what help make this a wonderful community to live in. In the coming weeks, as we pull out of the pandemic, we will again be able to have our volunteers joining us on our campuses for outdoor activities and projects, and that includes trimming the bushes and putting the mulch down. Devin won't be here this year to help with that, so we'd love your help. To me, this is a sign that there's hope on the horizon.
Now, I just had to get my donation in too, because full discretion, I just want to see my name on the board. But anyway, it looks good. But I'm so excited. I mean, I love seeing all this love come in. I got another board member that just showed up and showed out. Kathleen Smith, thank you so much for your love. We appreciate you so much. And I would really just like to thank each and every one of you all for joining us here today. We appreciate you for helping the amazing kids at Bellewood and Brooklawn. Your gift means so much to us and to the children and will certainly help them flourish. Now that concludes our program this morning, and what a great morning it has been. As we leave each other, I hope each of you stay healthy and happy, and that this time next year, we'll all be gathered in person having breakfast together at our Brooklawn campus. Now you all take care and be well.